Hey kiddos, so this week we are digging into two passages. One about the rise of Roblox, right? That game that took the world by storm. And then Candyland, a classic. What we're doing this week is very similar to what we were doing before we let out for Thanksgiving. And we're just walking through passages and asking ourselves questions, being able to go back in the passage to find ourselves answers. And then at the end of the week, we're going to be able to compare passages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to model for you how to read the question, how to answer the question. We'll do one kind of together, and then I'll let you loose. You're going to answer several more. And then what you will do is watch a video at the end where you kind of check your work and see if your thinking aligns with mine. So what I want us to think about is when we read questions, oftentimes there's a question inside a question. So one thing I like to do is I like to look for all the question marks, okay, before I even start to read the question. When I look at this question here, I see two question marks. I see this one and I see that one. And that tells me like, oh, okay, I'm going to have two answers, okay, at least. But there may even be another question inside the question. I like to pay attention to important words. So here it says reread the first section. So I know that I'm in the first section of my article, The Rise of Roblox, okay? So I know that this is a direction. This isn't a question. This is telling me what to do. Guys, use those to help you understand what the passage is asking or what the question is asking you to do. And it tells me this is a big passage, okay? There's two passages. So not only does it tell me what passage to look in, but where to look, the very first section. So when you're reading questions, I want you to make sure that you're taking note of important directions that are being given. So I'm underlining my directions. It says reread the first section of the article, The Rise of Roblox, okay? So I know what I'm going to go do. I would read the question and then go and do that. So it says, how was Robbie Sienna's 10th birthday party different from the way he had planned it? That's my first question. And then I have this other question mark that says, why? Okay, so this is a two-part question. I'm going to say why his party was different, and then I'm going to answer this question right here that says why. So now that I have that answer, what I would do, kiddos, is I would go back in the passage and I would reread that first section. Okay, and so as readers, yeah, I know I've already read this article, right? But there's no reason to not go back, reread, and check your thinking, because you never know if maybe you thought something was wrong the first time, or you didn't read it the first time thinking about this specific question. And so you always want to go back and double check. Even if you think you know right off the top of your head what the answer is, you've got to go back and check it. So if I reread the first section, this is what it says. Last March, Robbie Sienna invited his friends to a party for his 10th birthday. They ran around playing a battle game. They sang happy birthday, and when the party was over, they all logged out. That's because Robbie and his friends weren't together in person. They were celebrating on the gaming platform Roblox. Robbie had planned to have his birthday at an escape room, but then COVID-19 began sweeping across the U.S. just days before the party. Robbie's California town went into lockdown. So his dad came up with the idea to try a Roblox party. It wasn't as fun as a normal birthday party, but it was fun, Robbie says. Okay, so I reread it and I heard that he had planned for an escape room, but he ended up having it on Roblox. And I know why. It's because the spread of COVID-19. So see how rereading it, guys, that's a word for word answer. This is a right there question. There's no need to not get this one right. So I already have started off this week giving us some sentence stems. Next week, I may take these sentence stems away, but it's already set me up to answer my two questions. It says, for his birthday, Robbie had planned, and I said, to have his party at an escape room. Okay, and remember, I got that straight from the passage. It says his party was different than he had planned it because, and I'm telling you this second question right here, this why, because his town had recently gone into lockdown because of COVID-19, and he could not get together with his friends. Notice also that I didn't say because COVID. No, that's not the answer I'm looking for, okay? What I'm asking you to do is give me complete and well thought out answers. 1 to 2 words, don't cut it, okay? All right, so what I'm going to ask you to do, kiddos, is you are going to go and just today, the only thing you're doing is answering this number 2 on your own. Then tomorrow you will work through and you'll answer a couple more. And at the end of the day tomorrow, there's going to be a video for you to watch where I'm going to have you go in and listen to how I answered questions to kind of check your thinking. All right, kiddos. So make sure that you go through. You can do them all today if you want to. You can split them up between today and tomorrow. They're all going to be on your classroom for you to access. But please go in. You're going to read all of those questions, and I want you to read them the way I did. Okay, how many question marks I see? Okay, how do I see? Okay, what are my directions? Okay, what do I need to do? And then go do it. All right, kiddos. Let me know if you have any questions. Can't wait to see your work.